Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Michelle. I'm a wife, a mom, and a pretend chef, and today I'm going to be making some spaghetti squash with the shrimp Alfredo sauce. So if you haven't ever had spaghetti squash before, the consistency is something like angel hair pasta, but it is a healthier alternative to any pasta dish that you already know and love. So if you're interested in learning how to make this quick, easy, and delicious recipe, keep watching. Okay, so for this recipe you need 1 pound of medium shrimp, peeled and deveined, 1 small onion, minced garlic, heavy cream, olive oil, a medium-sized spaghetti squash, 1 tomato cut in half, some butter or vegetable oil spread, chicken broth, shredded Gouda cheese, grated Parmesan cheese, hot sauce, garlic powder, onion powder, basil leaves, parsley flakes, black pepper, and of course, Tony's Creole seasoning. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is get our spaghetti squash prepped. You'll need a fork to poke holes in a straight line all the way around it like so. After we've done that, we're going to microwave it, but I'm going to slow the video down for just a second so you can see how to poke the holes. And once you've gone all the way around the squash, you can pop that in the microwave for about 8 minutes. Now is also the time to go ahead and preheat the oven to 375 degrees. While the oven is preheating, I'm going to dice up my onion. If you're anything like me, you'll want to have shrimp in every bite you take, so you're going to go ahead and chop up your shrimp next. If you prefer to leave the shrimp whole, you're more than welcome to. It won't change the recipe at all. Okay, so now that our shrimp is all ready to go, we're going to add some seasoning to it. I'm starting with some olive oil, about 1 tablespoon. Now you can add your Old Bay. You can add as much or as little as you like. We really love Old Bay, so I'm adding about 1 tablespoon. You can add some dried parsley flakes for color. And then I'm adding half a tablespoon of basil leaves. And then about half a tablespoon of Tony's Creole seasoning. Go ahead and stir that all up really well and let the flavors get married. Okay, so now we're ready for the stove. So I've already gone ahead and added the onion I diced and about 2 or 3 cloves worth of minced garlic to the pan. I'm just going to throw the shrimp in there with it and turn my stove on to medium-high heat. And then just go ahead and add a little bit over a tablespoon of the butter. Now you can just stir that all up, and then once the butter is all melted down, you'll want to cover it and let it cook on medium heat for about 5 minutes. After that 5 minutes is up, I'm going to put the half of tomato in the pan, open side down. I'm just ripping it open to get more of the tomato juice out. And then once you're done with that, you can just put it face down, like I said, put the lid back on, and continue cooking on medium heat for another 8 minutes. The shrimp should be perfectly cooked after that. So now you can just take that tomato out And now is also the time to go ahead and taste one of the shrimp to make sure you like the flavor before we add in all the ingredients for the sauce. Alright, now for the sauce, I'm starting off with just 2 tablespoons of chicken broth. Honestly, this is just to add liquidity to the sauce without watering it down. And then I'm adding a 1/3 cup of heavy cream. If you like a thicker sauce, totally feel free to add more. And then make sure you combine those two really well before you add in about a 1/4 cup of the shredded Gouda cheese. And a little less than a 1/4 cup of grated Parmesan cheese. I know everybody loves Parmesan cheese, so you can definitely add more if you'd like. It just makes the sauce thicker, so be mindful of that. And then go ahead and give that a stir. Let the cheeses melt really well. And if you don't like spice, this next step is totally optional, but I'm gonna add a few drops of my favorite hot sauce in. And then you can just stir that all up and leave it to simmer for about 10 minutes or so on low heat. In the meantime, we're gonna get our spaghetti squash ready to go in the oven. The first thing you wanna do is split it in half with a knife along that dotted line that you poked holes in. And you wanna just use a spoon to get all the seeds and guts out. And then once you're done with that, you're gonna use a fork to rake the spaghetti off of the sides like so. And you wanna make sure you rake until all of the walls of the spaghetti squash are pretty thin. Now I'm gonna season my spaghetti squash, starting with half a tablespoon of olive oil for each side. I'm gonna add in some black pepper, some onion powder, some garlic powder, and of course my favorite, Tony's Creole seasoning. And all of these seasonings are to taste, so keep that in mind. You can add more or less of whatever you'd like. So just go ahead and stir that up really good. Get all the seasonings all over the spaghetti squash. And then we're gonna put that in the oven for 15 minutes. And remember, we're baking this at 375. When you can put a fork into the raked spaghetti squash and it has a consistency like pasta, you know it's perfectly cooked and ready to be eaten. The sauce should also be done by now. Just give that a quick stir and make sure it's not gotten too thick. If it has, you can go ahead and just add a little bit of chicken broth. That should fix it, but other than that, it is ready to eat. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. For more delicious recipes, please subscribe to my channel and feel free to leave me some recommendations in the comment section below. See you guys in the next one.